That's the way I look.
Live with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching CBS7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW West
Nos
Texas.
teníamos que agarrar.
We had to get chairs like this to go down so we can go up, and then the chairs slipped and everything. But thank God it's better now.
An Odessa homeowner is getting a home makeover 4 decades in the making. We'll tell you more about the renovations coming up in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us for CBS7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live on the CBS7 YouTube. I'm Laura Munt, and we start tonight with the traffic alert out of Odessa. OPD says that people should avoid East Loop 338 in Arroyo after a major crash until further notice. This is what the scene looked like just after 7 o'clock this evening. Officers have not released any other information as to what caused the crash or if there were any injuries. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more. And Chief Blumenauer will oversee safety operations of Midland. These operations will ensure the city's fire, animal services, health department, and emergency services are well coordinated and effectively managed as the city continues to grow.
Luckily, with this promotion, it's not like a true retirement where I'm running away, but it is a fire retirement. I'm truly retiring from the fire department, our fire pension and everything, and I'll be moving to City Hall as a true City Hall employee. I've loved every minute of it, and I've made hundreds of great friends and family. I preach family all the time, and this is my family.
Blumenauer's new position is a part of a plan that will enhance safety and community engagement. Michael Tooley will take over as the interim Midland Fire Chief. And heads up for those in Big Spring. City officials say that crews will be aerial spraying for mosquitoes during the overnight hours of Friday into Saturday. The actual spraying of Big Spring should not take more than 30 minutes. And officials say the spraying is safe. And if you'd like more information about this, you can head to our website. That's CBS7.com. We've got new details for you now about the wildfires out of Ruidoso, New Mexico. Officials have confirmed that 2 people have died and 2 others have been injured in the salt fires that are burning south of the city. It's burned more than 7,000 acres, while the South Fork fire on the west side has burned more than 16,000 acres. And according to officials, fires have destroyed more than 1,500 buildings throughout the area. Both of the fires are still 0% contained, and the cause of the fire is still unknown at this time. And low pay, long hours, and a longer fire season are all leading to a nationwide shortage of firefighters. Julia Vargas Jones has the story.
Line's looking good.
Wildland firefighters working to protect this Southern California national forest from a potential blaze.
They're not your average city, county firefighter.
Right, now we are wildland firefighters, federal firefighters. We train in wildland. We're training how to hike up hills, to hose up the hill to put a wildfire out.
This is a prescribed burn, a fire set to clear brush, grass, and down tree branches that could serve as fuel for wildfires. It's an important part of a job that this season fewer people are actually doing. Nationwide, about 25% of wildland firefighting jobs remain vacant, and in some more remote areas, vacancies hit up to 40%. In the Los Padres National Forest, about 300 firefighters tend tirelessly to the 1.75 million acres of protected land. The landscape is stunning, but Fire Chief Mark Gurley says love for the outdoors is not enough to keep workers from going to other fire departments.
With some of the other agencies, we're never going to be able to compete. That's just a given.
Why not?
Because we don't pay as much. I think we can be successful at getting ourselves and getting our folks to a level to where they can have a good life and be able to raise a family and buy a home. That's what we need to be able to do.
And it's not only the pay. Climate change has helped create a perpetual fire season with virtually no breaks from physical, grueling work.
Out of fire season, then we turn into fuel season, so the work doesn't stop. So that's where we found challenges is maintaining good morale.
Julia Vargas Jones, Los Padres National Forest, California.
It's Friday, it's the weekend, and I'm here with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teeper-Teller to talk a little bit about our forecast. Tom?
Yes, getting ready for the weekend. It looks like the weather's going to cooperate with you for everything outdoors as we get back to summer temperatures. Still a few showers continuing out there just to the south of the Rankin area, a couple of showers. You can see some of those cumulus clouds off to the south of the Midland, Odessa area, and here's what it is. But it is on a downward trend. We're seeing a lot less coverage than we were because the sun is set, so a lot of this is not going to make its way in to the Permian Basin. Rain ending around the Rio Doso area, so the flood threat has gone down for the time being, but it looks like it is going to be back coming up for tomorrow as temperatures were a little warmer today into the lower 90s out there. 94 in Big Spring, 93 out towards Monahan's Wink in the lower 90s right across the Midland Odessa area, so not too bad on the temperatures. But guess what? They're going to be going up as we are looking at temperatures right now with a few clouds into the mid 80s, a little bit of humidity to deal with across the area as we're still dealing with a southeast wind increasing those humidity levels across West Texas. And that's going to continue to be the case into the overnight hours. But again, this weekend, it's back to summer.
Thank you, Tom. And now that you've got your weekend weather, let's take a look at your weekend plans. The 90th Big Spring Cowboy Reunion and Rodeo has kicked off at the Howard County Rodeo Bowl. This is the second longest consecutive rodeo in the state of Texas. And there will be live music, steer wrestling, tie-down roping, and of course, bull riding. With this being a milestone year for the rodeo, event coordinators want to go all out and celebrate.
We've got world-class cowboys and cowgirls up in the rodeo event tonight. And we're working extremely hard to pull this event off and just make Howard County and the surrounding counties have a nice venue to come and see and enjoy the sport of rodeo.
If you missed your chance to go out there today, the rodeo runs all weekend long. And tickets are $12 for adults, $8 for kids, 6 through 12, and kids under 5 get in free. And from Tejano and Norteno music to hip-hop and car shows, the West Texas Super Show is going to combine all of those elements for the West Texas Super Show. And one of this year's big guests is Junior Castro, who's showcasing his signature low rider that's already won several awards at shows across the country. This is Castro's first time showing his car in his hometown of West Texas.
What a better place to finally show it here to my hometown, and hopefully we can bring this big title home in Vegas. You know, it's going to be the first time ever that they made this category for Luxury of the Year. I'm striving to go for that and bring it the first time ever, you know, put a patent on it.
The West Texas Super Show is tomorrow, Saturday, June 22nd at the Ector County Coliseum. Registration and ticket information is up on our website, CBS7.com. And a local homeowner is getting a complete new home makeover in Odessa. That's thanks to a $28,000 donation from Phillips66. Take a look. Laura Padilla has been living in her home for almost 4 decades, and now it's getting the upgrades that it needs, including a new ramp in her front and backyard.
I'm very grateful for everything they're going to do because I will be able to walk on my door holding on to something. I didn't have anything. The steps were very hard on us.
Mrs. Padilla plans to pass this home along to her grandkids later in the future. It's still ahead this week. I had the chance to talk to some of CBS7's very own about what they think of Matthew Alvarez. I'll share what they had to say in the story you'll only see on CBS7 up next. Tomorrow night, CBS7's very own Matthew Alvarez will be honored as an outstanding member of the community. He's being recognized as one of the young professionals of Odessa under 40 who are dedicated to making a difference in the town. And tonight, I'm bringing you a behind-the-scenes look at Matthew Alvarez.
Matthew is very good at what he does. I think people can relate to him because he's
very genuine and kind. He's also hardworking, and he inspires other people to want to do their best as well.
He was an overachiever even when he was basically an infant.
Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.
You're watching Wake Up West Texas.
Matthew Alvarez is on your screen, sharing the latest news with West Texan.
It's one of the best parts of my day. It's the reason I love coming to work in the morning. I wouldn't be getting up that early in the morning if I didn't love what I do.
Nobody loves the news as much as Matthew Alvarez. Some people like sports, some people play music, some people like dinosaurs. Matthew likes the news.
But what is it like getting to work with Matthew?
What it's like working with Matthew Alvarez? It's exciting. It's like a breath of fresh air.
He's always kind of thinking of new things and new concepts to implement in our show, and they always pan out really well.
He has so much experience in our newsroom, in our station. He's done everybody's job at some point, whether that's cameraman, producer, director, behind the scenes, on camera. He's done it all, so he can teach us all something about any part of our jobs.
If he was just given permission, I'm sure he would try to direct and run his own show from scratch without anyone else in there.
His passion for work and news stems from his passion for his community.
Born and raised in Odessa, went to Odessa High School, graduated there, and came straight here to CBS7. But I mean, I love West Texas. It's home. Midland, Odessa, this entire area. It's all I have ever known. My entire family's here, and so West Texas means a lot to me, and it's an honor to be able to serve them through what I do each and every day.
His love for news is infectious, especially for those who've sat beside him.
I appreciate him being so open and accepting and sharing his spotlight, his stage with me, and we have a ton of fun in the mornings, and hopefully everybody that watches sees that and enjoys tuning in.
Working with Matthew was an absolute joy every single day. I truly looked forward to going into work and getting to anchor with him, produce with him. He was an incredible coworker, an incredible mentor for me. I'm so fortunate to have gotten to learn from him.
You can tell by his dedication and his upbeat energy just how much he loves his job, and it is truly contagious. There was never a day that I went to work and didn't have a bellyache laugh, and I looked forward to it every single day.
So now you know why we here at CBS7 think that Matthew's great, but why did the young professionals of Odessa choose to recognize him?
We have really prioritized building a network of people that love Odessa, want to make a difference in Odessa, and live or work here, and really are willing to pour in lots of time and energy to make sure it's the best place.
And Matthew certainly fits that description.
I did receive the information that came in from Matthew, and I want to read some of the things they said as to why he falls in the top 20 being honored this year. So they shared his passion for the community. They shared his energy around making a difference in the news stories that he shares.
You want to know more when you hear a story coming from Matthew Alvarez.
He's an incredible journalist, does so much for our industry, the community, and I'm so fortunate to have gotten to work alongside of him for a couple years.
I am not surprised at all that he won this award. His love for the West Texas community shows in everything that he does. He's so involved and he cares so much. Nobody deserves this award more than Matthew.
And as much as we think that Matthew should be recognized for his talents, he doesn't do the job for the awards. He does it for the people.
I love telling stories about people in our community. I think those are some of the best stories that we see. We see the everyday person who has been working at somewhere for decades and is now getting the recognition that they so deserve. To our veterans, I've had the honor of going on the honor flight, but just those kind of stories is what West Texas is all about.
And the best of Matthew Alvarez is yet to come.
He's still only 26 years old, so he's well under being 40 for 40. So he could win this award for years to come still and certainly be very deserving of that.
And keep in mind, he will be the future of CBS7.
The 40 Under 40 Gala is tomorrow night. And if you're interested in going and supporting Matthew and all the other honorees, you can find tickets information at ypo.org.
Well, we are going to be looking at pretty clear weather coming up for the weekend. Sunny, hot conditions back in our forecast. We'll talk about how long it's going to last. It's summer, so no big surprise coming up next.
Now, from the CBS7 First Alert Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, as you take a look at the satellite and radar view, with the sun setting, a lot of the shower activity we had across the area is really starting to decrease out there as it does move off to the northwest, as we are looking at pretty quiet conditions. Even towards Ruidoso, had some showers earlier today. That activity is winding down, but you can see a lot of this tropical moisture that's moved in from the Gulf of Mexico starting to shift further off to the west. That's in response to a big ridge of high pressure across the east coast that's going to build off to the southwest. And as that happens, we're going to be looking for an increase in our temperatures and things drying out. There's another area of disturbed weather down in the Yucatan Peninsula that's trying to bring some more moisture back to the Texas Gulf Coast. I think this is going to track a little bit further off to the south, so I don't think it's going to be a factor in our weather. May bring some showers along the Texas Gulf Coast. Already seeing some of that at the present time. But for West Texas, though, again, we had that scattering of showers move across. Things are starting to wind down now and also calming down a little bit across portions of southeast of Mexico. Temperatures across the state warmed up a little bit today. Not too bad right now as we have a lot of humidity out there. So again, tomorrow we're going to see a little bit drier conditions and things starting to warm up across the state of Texas. Now, taking a look at that futurecast, seeing that for the most part the shower activity winding down by midnight as it moves off to the northwest, and I think a little less moisture out there is going to mean a little less cloud cover coming up on your Saturday, as we're going to be looking at pretty quiet conditions in our forecast for tomorrow afternoon, and that will continue into the Sunday time frame as we're going to see a lot of sunshine in the forecast. So that's just going to allow temperatures to go up. But if you're planning something outdoors to do, weather's going to be great coming up this weekend. Rest of tonight, here's what we're looking at: around 70 on the overnight low. A little humid out there, and occasional gust of breeze till about midnight tonight. And then for tomorrow, here's what we are looking at. Again, seeing that we do have those temperatures into the lower 90s across the area, as we're going to be looking at readings again starting to warm back up a little closer to where they should be this time of the year. And taking a look at that CBS7 First Alert exclusive 10-day forecast showing those temperatures going up quite a bit. In fact, the triple digits look to be on the way next week as rain chances really start to thin out of the area.
We have an update on the Desert Hawks football team and their status with the AFL. This story and more in your local sports news next here on CBS 7 News at 9.
And the heartache that we go through, I will not be continuing as an owner in arena or indoor football. It doesn't make sense financially. It doesn't make sense through the heartache and all the stress and losing family time. It's just not it.
That was Desert Hawks owner Zach Bugg during his Q&A on Facebook Live earlier today regarding his future with the football team and indoor arena football. The Desert Hawks have forfeited their final game of the regular season and they're shutting down.
So it was just very emotional. A lot of them understood the business, decision and meaning behind it, but a lot, some of them still didn't. But at the end of the day, I still have love for all of them.
Bugg was critical of the Arena Football League, mentioning that he had to pay for the Georgia Force football team's travel to play the opening game at the Ector County Coliseum. Bugg also mentioned that there are no candidates at this time to take over ownership of the team going forward. And the Olympic trials have been going on throughout the country. Several people from West Texas are looking to represent Team USA in their respective sports. The City of Midland Aquatics diver Sam Pickens is one of them. She finished third with her synchro partner, Kendall Knight. Pickens looks to have positive results throughout the rest of the trials as she hopes to earn a spot in Paris.
The goals were just to be really consistent and just kind of show what I've been working on in Midland. And I think we did that. We were really consistent through two lists, to the preliminary round and the semifinal round. So we qualified on to the final round, which will be tomorrow evening. So we're really excited, and hopefully I can just kind of show the consistency and put 5 dives together like we've been working on.
Sam's trials will end tomorrow night. And Midland native Bryce Hoppel is set to begin his Olympic trials in Oregon. He competed in the Olympics back in 2021, and Hoppel is using that experience in this go-round. He's excited for the opportunity, and he believes he can bring back some hardware from Paris in a couple months.
I think this one coming up, Paris, I think I have all that experience. I've been there, and so training is going incredible, and I think having a second shot, I think we can hopefully make it better. And I think this time we're geared up for hopefully getting a medal. And so don't want to speak too big of it, but I mean, I feel ready to go, and I'm just excited. Like it can't come soon enough is how I've been approaching it.
Still ahead, Southwest is encouraging travelers to boot, scoot, and boogie to their destinations. We'll tell you all about the dancing airline up next. This week, Southwest Airlines hosted a boot, scoot, and boogie line dancing lesson at Reno Tahoe International Airport. People flying to and from the airport were invited to take part. A local business, Sarah B. Danson, that's the name of the business, helped the travelers with their moves. Officials at Southwest say they were trying to welcome rodeo enthusiasts into the Reno area.
Okay, so it wasn't a delaying tactic while the flight's delayed or anything?
No, we're trying to distract them from anything.
Entertain the customers, okay?
Although I'd be okay with that, I think,
yeah, that would actually be kind of fun to see.
Make it go a little faster.
Usually it's just sitting there waiting, but anyway. Well, this weekend, if you're traveling anywhere across the state of Texas, weather's going to be beautiful as we're going to see hot summer temperatures coming back into the forecast, mid to upper 90s by the end of the weekend. Very little in the way of cloud cover. Then it really gets hot next week as we'll see some days with some triple digits out there, maybe a touch less humidity. So that will help us out a little bit. But overall, it looks like a hot, dry summer weather pattern starting to take shape.
I think we're going to get a lot of those in the next couple months, aren't we? Thanks for watching CBS 7 News at 9 on this W. We've got more news coming up tonight on CBS 7 News at 10.